Hey everyone, this is Kayla Coleman with the Tyler Miller team at eXp Realty, and I am here with another agent spotlight. Today I have Jordan Kirschner with us. Yay! Jordan is currently like our longest standing agent on the team, and so I feel like it's crazy that it's taken this long to get you on here, but
good things wait a while, right?
good things take a time. So, thanks for taking time out of your busy day.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I know you have a crazy day. We have a crazy day this morning. Closing.
We've
had a crazy day, and it is 10:20 in the morning. Real estate. So I just wanted to come on, talk a little bit about your business so far, what's been going on, what's doing, what's working, all that jazz. We'll mix in some fun and all that. So let's start off with, you've had a busy last month, or a little over a month, because when we ask you these questions, it takes a little time to get you on here. So you recently have had 25 different appointments. Mm-hmm. What's going on with those? What are you doing? Who are you meeting with?
I would say I'm meeting with a variety of people. Just closed on one of my best friends' purchases, so he's going to be selling his house in a couple weeks. So anybody from lifelong friends to internet leads who have had life issues for the last 12 to 18 months, and they're finally in position to make a move, and they're getting ready to do so.
The best part is like when your friends like come back around, like the clients that like you meet online and stuff, like it's good making connections and stuff, but like when you get to help like a friend of yours, like that's really when it's like, okay, this feels good.
It's the best. I mean, it's definitely rewarding, because our goal is to help anybody, but when you get to help somebody who you love, to get personal with the one that we just closed here. So I've known this friend for like probably 30 years. I think I just had told Kayla off air here that his mom was one of my music teachers in elementary school. So
if I would have known that, like, because I knew you were closing with him today, I would have like went and bought a recorder and like made you play it.
He would have hated it. He would have probably broke the windows in the place. So, but it was even better. A year ago, I got to help his parents buy a lake property up north in northern Minnesota. So,
his parents bought that super cool house.
Yep. Just outside of McGregor, just off Big Sandy. So.
It's all making sense now. Yeah. That house was really cool.
They love it. Yeah, they're stoked. They spend. Alan never gets away, or rarely would go away, and they've made it a point in the last year to just take a week or a weekend and just say bye to the city and go spend time at the lake. So they've enjoyed it.
One day I'll get good at editing these podcasts where I'll be able to like clip in a picture of the house, because like that house is like dreams.
Yeah. It was a rare find.
Yeah, and they included a lot of like furniture with it, right?
It was fully furnished. Yep, the people wanted nothing to do with it. They had a gorgeous house. They loved the place themselves, but just didn't get up there enough and said, "Whoever wants it, come take it all."
And it's like the furniture like matches the house perfectly. Like rustic isn't the word to describe it, but it's like stylized perfectly. Like it's all like kind of like pieced together things, which again is not a good description of it, but it just fits the aesthetic of the house.
Yes.
Like, so like trying to find furniture to fit that again would have been difficult. So.
Yep. Yeah, from bunk beds to whatever it was.
Bar stools, wall decorations. Like they have like all the like metal tins on the wall and stuff like that.
And an outdoor kitchen that was all metal tin.
So badass.
Yep.
Ugh. Cool. Okay, now it makes sense, like putting all the pieces together. So people that you've meeting with that, like you mentioned, have been taking a little bit longer. What's kind of their scenario? So like Zillow nurtures, or
I've got multiple. Somebody who I think it was 18 months ago I met, and he was just starting to go through a divorce, and he knew it was going to take some time, so just kept checking in with him, seeing if there's anything I could do. And they finally got their divorce settled here in the last like couple months. Mm-hmm. Now they need to get a house sold, and hopefully he's able to go purchase his own house as well at the same time.
Heck yeah.
So there's that. Recent Zillow leads that they're renting. A couple people who are just have long-term leases, haven't had an urgency to get out. Maybe had a little bit of a scare with the interest rates shooting up last fall. but now kind of push their decision back to this spring, and they're just ready to find the right house.
I feel like I talk about it a lot on here, but like this real estate, I don't want to call it a game, but like the industry, it's a long-term thing, commitment game, whatever you want to call it. And like people come into this and they just want to hit the easy button, you know, and like you got in around COVID times. And so it was a little bit of like the easy button, you know, people would reach out. Yeah, you were maybe showing more homes and writing more offers or having to be more creative with it. But like it's a long game. And like you've probably been following some of these people for over a year.
For sure, there's no instant gratification in most cases.
Yeah.
Maybe when your buddy calls you, that's the
and that moved really fast.
That moved really fast for us. And I showed them one house and they loved it, and they got it. So, but yeah, no instant gratification. And I mean, you truly have to care about the people you're helping.
Yeah.
If you don't care about the people, you're only going to be looking for that the quick buck, not actually talking with them for 12 months, 2 years, and helping them through their struggles.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing. It's just, being genuine and wanting to do the right thing.
Cool. You've also had 8 buyer consults on top of all those other appointments that you've been on. So walk me through what your buyer consults look like and why you put so much time and effort into them.
Yeah, for sure. And
You've probably done more than that now.
Maybe a couple more now. We did a little, one of them was a little different because we did kind of a new construction twist, or added a lot of new construction stuff with them. They're still first-time home buyers, so it was a lot of education, which we do in all of our buyer consults. One of the main reasons we do them all, we believe in, in the end, it's our clients' decisions on what they do. So our job is to give them as much information as possible to help make that decision as easy as possible for them.
Yep.
But yeah, we want to sit down ahead of time before we start the process, introduce everything that our clients are going to see on the way, and that just really helps make it a more stress-free and a fun experience for them. So.
Cool. What percentage of your clients do you think don't do a buyer consult? Like Al probably didn't do one.
Yeah, probably maybe 10%.
And do you feel like it makes it more difficult?
It does.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I see is when you don't do it, you don't understand the urgency in certain situations, whether it's getting your pre-approval done, whether it's getting earnest money, or just not understanding certain aspects of it.
Cool. Yeah, I love the buyer consults. I know there's some people that don't do them, and it's like I can only imagine the questions that you're getting bombarded with when you're in like your I need to write an offer super fast mode. Like me and you can probably crank out offers in like 15, 20 minutes as long as the system doesn't buffer on us. And it's like if you're having to answer all these questions while you're trying to type everything in, it can be really stressful, especially when you do get into the competitive market that we're coming into right now.
For sure. Yeah, no, similar to kind of when I came in during COVID, like the biggest struggle then was there's plenty of buyers out there. Interest rates were low. Obviously every home had 10 offers on it. The struggle was, how do we beat those 10 offers? Maybe without being the top priced offer, or offering the most money for the home. So it's really about just preparing your buyers ahead of time, and that's going to allow them to be successful in the end. And we take pride in doing that.
Heck yeah, we do. You also got the offer accepted, which was Al's, which closed today. So that kind of came to fruition because that one closed really fast. But what else do you have coming down the pipeline? I feel like you're like building up this like big boiling pot of leads. I don't know. That's just what came to my mind. That's like about to just boil over.
Let's hope. I've got, like I said, multiple renter buyers who no real urgency, but they want to find something here. Their leases are running up here from the end of April or into June for somebody else. At the same time, some of them are very specific to certain areas. One client in particular who we've been looking for a year, they want to be within like a couple block radius in St. Paul off Grand Ave, so they're attracted to a specific.
That is like a specific area. Like when you said St. Paul, I was like, what? And then you said Grand, and it's like, okay, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, they want that traditional 2-story from the early 1900s, and with the wood charm and just enough updates, but maybe not too over the top. So
Yeah.
we're looking at one this Friday that we've been waiting 2 months on. So crossing our fingers, this is the one. But yeah,
Are these your condo clients?
These nope.
Okay.
These ones did look at the condo clients.
Okay.
Home when we sold it.
Okay.
Nope. But then we have the condo clients. They're coming back from Arizona in the middle of March. They rented for the last year, so hopefully they'll have it. Hopefully a couple other listings coming up. But yeah.
We got a listing in Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center.
Brooklyn Center, yep.
Coming.
4-bed, 2-bath. Some recent remodels in the bathrooms, and I'll be listed in the 300 somewhere. Woo.
That one has to go. It's always like nerve-wracking. Well, we can touch on this too, but like it's always nerve-wracking helping your friends. Like it's fun, but you never know like what's gonna come up or what might trigger somebody. You're talking about financials, which like good friends usually kind of talk about, but like when you're getting into the nitty-gritty of like, okay, this is how much you can afford for a house, like it's like, oh dang, I didn't know you were that well off, or I didn't know you didn't have that much. You know, you play this game like you don't, and then it always seems like your good friends are the ones that stuff goes sideways for, and it's like shoot like this is not how it normally goes, but it's just always what happens.
That's what happens. Like. You cross your fingers it doesn't, and I mean you do everything you can. I guess sometimes maybe we try to do more than we usually do for other people to make it a better experience for them, but there's only so much you can do sometimes, and for the most part we have a seamless
well-oiled machine, but not all the time. If
you do your consults ahead of time.
Yes. Okay. I have some fun questions for you. We're going to like take a break from work. You don't have I never mind. I'll get into this after. But we're going to do this or that with you.
Nice.
I've done a couple different things, but I really like this or that. So I have 5 different categories. We might have a 6th. But we'll start with an easy one. Mora or Coon Rapids?
Mora.
Why?
Small town, country feel.
So you'd rather move back up towards Mora?
Yes.
Than be down here?
Give me more space.
All right, fine. I think this one kind of falls along the same lines, but we'll see. Boston or Minnesota?
Tough one. I always say Minnesota has the hockey, so I have to give Minnesota the edge for that.
Really?
And I'm a lake person over in Ocean.
Well, and the ocean in Boston isn't like the ocean in, like, even the Carolinas.
Maybe. I don't know. It's similar. Very similar, because you get huge beaches still.
Really?
And, I mean, you're not going to go to the beach, whether it's Florida or Carolinas or Boston, unless it's warm.
Right.
But
you have more warmer weather down south than up there. You do have more warmer
weather, for sure. My big thing with the ocean is you can only go in, like, 20 feet before you think you might get swept out or drown. A lake, you can go jumping wherever you want, and
you might get bit by a muskie, but who knows?
Maybe.
But like, okay, so Laura's family, are they like in Boston, or are they like in the country of Boston?
They're in the suburbs, so they're like 20, 25 minutes north of Boston.
Is it similar to like Mora, or is it more like city-like?
More like Coon Rapids, Blaine.
Okay.
So yeah, very similar to here. The unique thing there is every property, or the majority of properties are divided up into like acre chunks. So versus
you automatically have like an acre.
Yeah, that's the city lot here in Minnesota. You're thinking a quarter acre or less. Out there, you think back to the 1800s, what a lot might look like, or how the houses were spaced out. And it's like they kind of kept that feel, and the roads are windy and dark, and it's unique. So it's cool though. But she does have family in New Hampshire. Her grandpa lives in an ocean town.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool too. She has a little mix that way.
So if you guys were to move out there, which makes me really sad to talk about, would you live like where her family is at right now, or more like the further country, like the ocean town that her grandpa lives in?
We would probably live closer to her family, if anything, farther north, so even farther from Boston.
This is where I want to have like a map pop up on the screen so I can like circle stuff, but I just can't.
Get it together.
I'm not that technically advanced yet.
They have a gorgeous lake property. It's like 2 hours north of Boston as well in their family. So anywhere between.
But the lakes Boston there are different than here, right? Or are they?
They're similar. The one they're on, I would say, is very comparable. It's comparable to what we have up in at Gull Lake in Brainerd. It's huge. It's quiet, though. It's out in the country. It's right off a ski hill. So there's a lot that kind of happens in there.
And
a lot
there's
of activity.
the ski area up in Brainerd off Gull, too.
That's
you know,
right.
you got Ski Gull.
Yep.
Is it Ski Gull?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't need to ask this one because I already know the answer, but like I asked Nate Brady and Max for some ideas for ones, and they said Boston Bruins or Minnesota Wild.
Minnesota Wild.
Suck it, Laura. I know she's gonna watch this. Suck it.
We've gone to 3 or 4 games, and I think the Wild are 3-1 when we've went. They got a win last year.
Okay, this one, like, it sounds super basic, but my reasoning behind it is you'll understand. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Okay.
Just because I'm starting to hate the cold as I get old.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Like, this year was the first year when it got cold in, like, November. I was like, why does my body hurt? Like,
even though this winter was easy, but
easy.
I was never a jacket person. Still, I'm not a jacket person.
Me neither.
I'll be t-shirts in the winter. But anytime I go somewhere now and I walk to my car, it's like I can't breathe the entire time.
I put this down because I was like, you like your cabin, but you love hockey. So it's like...
It's a give or take.
And you really enjoy going to your mom's place.
Yes.
Up on the lake now.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this one's kind of difficult. Mountain Dew or Coke?
Mountain Dew.
Really?
The only reason you get a Coke is because it's cheap and, I don't know, tastes different at McDonald's.
So if you were to get a Mountain Dew, it would be a can most of the time.
Yep.
I mean, you have
I'll choose cans over
fountain?
Anything all the time.
Even fountain Coke for McDonald's?
If you're going a can of Coke versus a fountain Coke from McDonald's, then no.
From McDonald's.
But if you're going a can of Mountain Dew versus a
can of Coke
or a fountain Coke, I'll go Mountain Dew all day.
That's very interesting. You told me you were giving up soda, and I keep seeing it.
My kids stay up till midnight every night, so I need it.
This one I got some help from Laura, and it wasn't the answers I was thinking she was going to give me.
Is she right?
No, I don't know. I didn't ask her for an answer. I asked her for 2 topics.
Okay.
Toy Story 3 or Tangled?
Oh, Jesus. Toy Story 3, Tangled. Tangled is just a weird story. I don't understand it yet.
See, I was going to put Moana because I thought Moana was
better.
still... And she gave me these 2. I was like, which one? What movies are the
girls? It's literally been
girls?
straight Toy Story for the last week. So
Toy Story 3 or all 3 of them?
All 3 of them, but we'll get through like 30 minutes into one and she'll say, no, no Toy Story. And then she'll walk up to the TV and pick a different one.
Okay. So you weren't expecting that one. I liked that. Okay, that was all I had for that. I thought it was fun.
Was
something different.
Yeah.
Change it up.
I didn't know what to expect.
No, you never know. You never know what's going to hit us. Okay, so back into business. So did you do one of these podcasts with Tyler before?
Nope.
Okay, so you're like fresh. Okay, so a lot of people may not know this, but before you got into real estate, let me rewind. You met Tyler in college.
Long time ago.
St. John's.
Yep.
Hoofda.
2005.
I wasn't even in high school yet.
Scary.
You guys were friends in college, played football together.
Yep.
And then you guys kind of graduated, went your own ways. You decided to go the route, and maybe you did something before this, I didn't know, but you kind of helped jumpstart a food delivery service called Food Dudes. Did that for
7.5 years.
Okay. And then you said screw it and got into real estate.
Correct.
So what was that journey like?
It was long. I had gotten into the restaurant industry with a friend's dad right out of college.
Yep.
Just not even a serious job really, but ended up liking the concept of this new restaurant and thought I was going to open one with him. In the meantime, we started partnering with this food delivery company, and I knew the owner and had just kind of kept in contact with him and asked him how it was constantly going, and they were looking for a new partner to manage a new location for him, and I took the leap when I was 27 and got into that, but it was just a lot of work for sure. It was fun. Started my life with it, I always say, and met my wife that way. But it was just a lot. It was time consuming. So real estate's time consuming, but this was just 12 hours a day, nonstop, 7 days a week, and
Well, and constantly in your car.
constantly in your car, always, yeah, all day, every day, dealing with numerous drivers who are independent contractors who may or may not be reliable.
May or may not show up.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'd be calling my wife at 8 o'clock at night when we get busy. Can you go take an order for us at Buca de Beppo in Maple Grove? And so, yeah, it just got to be stressful, got to be a lot. And we were looking to start our life, so it was time for a change. And had stayed in contact with Tyler for since we graduated or got out of college. And he'd always said if I ever wanted to get into real estate, he's got a spot for me. And finally, one day I called him up and said, it's time.
I don't know why he said he had a spot for you. You're a terrible person.
That's
I'm just kidding. So did you ever think about doing anything else? Or were you like, when I'm ready to leave this, I'm going to do real estate?
Never had given any serious thought. I always know I wanted to work for myself. Biggest thing, I wanted to find something that I can do that's going to allow me to give back in some way.
Yep.
Real estate has allowed me to do that a lot quicker than I thought.
Yeah.
So, but just being a self-sufficient, working for yourself, and I mean, in a certain aspect, being able to do what you want to do. So you wake up every day and you have the choice if you want to go work or if you want to go have fun.
If you want to go to Boston or go to Florida or
New Mexico
or
but
wherever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you mentioned the giving back, which I forgot about, but you have a scholarship that you give out every year.
Yes.
You just do like the Mora High School, right?
So far, I have done that. Yep.
So tell us a little bit about why you wanted to do that, what like you kind of look for in your applicants. How many applicants did you get last year? I remember you bringing in the stack.
It was probably 15 to 20, something like that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was more than that.
And it might have been more, maybe.
Yeah.
Because they have like a pool of scholarships, so they get anybody who's applying. They all apply for the same ones. So
okay.
It could have been 50.
I thought it was closer to that number.
It was a lot for sure.
Yeah.
But no, big thing that I want to look for is just somebody who needs an opportunity or needs the help more than others. A less fortunate student, I always say. Education.
Maybe a kid that wouldn't get a scholarship from some of these other places where they just look at like academics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Kind of want to know what your story is, what your goals are, and how you see yourself kind of achieving those. But academics, athletics has always been huge for me in my life. And kind of always the inspiration was I have a good friend who was less fortunate growing up, worked hard, but struggled to create good habits. But he persevered, worked his butt off, and has an awesome family, awesome job, and does very well for himself now. So it's just finding that person who could use a little boost, a little help, and giving an opportunity any way we can. So.
I'm so excited. Like this year, like it'd be cool to like bring that person in, like
do a podcast with them.
We could.
Ooh.
I could help you do that, or like just like into the team meeting or something like that. Like, because then it's kind of cool because it's like you're helping them, give them this opportunity for what they want to do. But like if you could help support them get into real estate, like maybe they go.
That'd be even cool. Yeah.
Like you could like almost like sponsor a kid's like classes or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, my next goal is down that line. Going to athletics, though, is hockey is a very expensive sport to play, as everybody knows here. So just finding that student or the kid who wants to learn how to play hockey or give it a try, but parents can't afford the sticks or whatever. So try to sponsor them for a year, give them a chance, and then see what happens after that.
That'd be cool. Is Graceland getting into hockey?
She skated for her first time last Sunday.
I know. I saw that. I was
still
like,
sore.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my
I bent over for an hour and had to hold her up. She didn't know. She was learning that she actually has to hold herself up.
Yeah.
Not dad.
Well, and it's like she only learned how to walk like 2 years ago.
Not
so then
even, yeah.
Putting her on ice, it's like a whole different
she's probably
thing.
only walking. She's 28 months, so 14 months ago.
Yeah, not 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I think she's older than she is.
Crazy, but yeah, she loved it. Took her like 15 minutes to really warm up and want to be standing on the ice. So I thought we were going to be leaving pretty quickly, but then, we got going and she didn't want to stop. So
heck yeah!
we stopped because Dad had to.
We're gonna. Oh my gosh. Stretch it out. Stretch it out.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so kind of how you got into real estate. So what, you obviously knew that you were going to join our team, but what has made you kind of stick with the team? Obviously, we've gone through some extreme growth. We made a brokerage change since you've been with us. You're like, are you the only one on the team still since we made the brokerage switch? That's terrifying. So like you've really seen how far we came because you were like the first brand new agent that we hired, I think. So like walk me through like your thoughts, like what made you want to do it still?
Well, when we started and we switched the brokerage, I was still new, so I was just kind of like a little puppy. Take me wherever you
You're
want
like,
to go.
okay,
right
I'll go.
now. Yeah, take me and I'll follow. But no, from the beginning, I mean, it's been the team support. So getting caught up to speed, learning how to be a great agent because we kind of know the bar's kind of low in the industry, I think, overall.
Yep.
So just seeing how a good agent acts every day, what they do every day, was a big thing. But then all the support from that aspect to just your each individual transaction. You can't mimic or replace the back end that we have with Anna and you and Kirsten and everybody that we've had before as well with us.
Yeah.
So, and then what's the culture? That's huge. Culture, atmosphere, everybody. Some days maybe we get a lot of control, but for the most part, everybody comes in with a working attitude, and but they want to have a little fun as well.
I think you're like one of the mellow ones. Like you used to be like one of the out there guys on the team, and you still can have your days.
I got my times.
But you're just like mellow compared to some of the other guys.
Just let the youngins come in and they can take over, and I'll sit back and watch them and laugh.
Oh, shoot. You said something that I was going to go off of, and now, of course, I'm not going to remember.
Old age.
Seriously. Shoot. Well, I mean, like, you talked about our process and stuff, and I feel like that's something... Oh, no, I know what I was going to talk about. Like, you've also kind of gotten to grow, like, where you were relying on people on the team to help you to, like, help others now, which I think has been rewarding for you, and you're wanting to give back to people, outside and then, like, with the team as well. So, like, how has that helped you think?
It's helped keep me on task. I'm very busy with 2 kids as well, so...
2 kids and a wife.
And a wife. Just having somebody, having a mentee's there. I mean, it's another person to hold you accountable to certain things. So my new one, Cal, he's going to get me back on my social media game. But it's just been, I mean, it's fun to see somebody brand new come in, know nothing, and watch them kind of take off and do their own thing in their own way, and but do it kind of our way, which we know works, and we know is going to lead to success for them and their clients moving forward. Yeah.
And that's okay. So the thing I was going to bring up was like, some of the things you say, it's just going back to like what we have to offer here. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that sometimes when they come onto the team, like they're like, oh yeah, it sounds great and it looks great and it feels good, but they just don't really like engulf themselves in it and like fully embrace it. And it's like you won in it was for 2022, but we did our awards like in February of 2023 because we have to close everything out for the year. And you won like the Pinnacle Award, the Obvious Choice Award, because you've learned and embraced that like what we have to offer like does make a difference, not only in your clients' lives, your family's lives, but like your business as well. So I just want to give you a little shout out for that.
Appreciate it.
I thought about that. So that's all I have for you.
Whoop, whoop.
Anything else you wanted to chat about?
I don't know. When are we going to go out next? Let's go party.
We went to the Wild game. We behaved. We did really good.
Even with the chauffeur.
I mean, I was not good. You were good.
I was pretty good. I was a little buzzed.
I was a little buzzed by the time it got over, but I was way too crazy the first Wild game we went to, so I needed to...
Well, we should do another one of those.
The team one?
Tyler, if you watch this, let's get a suite or something.
We should get one more game on the books for like March or April.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to
Winnipeg.
do it. That's a Saturday though, isn't it?
Maybe. Yep.
Winnipeg would be good because then I would sit and belt the Canadian national anthem.
I would too.
I love that freaking
I sang
song.
it at a wedding once.
No, you didn't.
We had one of our good friends from Ogilvie. She married. It was my old babysitter actually. She married a Canadian. That she met at college, and at their wedding, we stood up and sang the Canadian national anthem for him.
Okay, I can't remember the guy's name, but it was the game I was at with you, right? The guy that sings the national anthem usually. His wife was there.
Sang.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the game we went to because
Yep.
I went to like 3 games within like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like really crazy, but like that was so cool. Like
That was nice.
it was like, oh, he's good, but she's good too.
Yep.
Like, ugh. Yes, Tyler, we need to go to a game against Winnipeg. It's in March.
April 6th.
Oh, it's April? April 6th. We need to go, please.
See you there.
See you there. We'll get a suite. I'll put it on your card. No worries. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, we need to go out again this summer at the lake. Maybe.
Inside stories.
Inside stories. Hey, Jordan, you going to come to my lake? Or no? I'm just teasing.
Zorbas.
Go to Zorbas. All right. Well, thank you for taking the time out of your day
Thanks
to
for
jump on
having
with me. And we will see everybody next week. Bye.